Joash was 7 years old when he became king. He reigned 40 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Zebiah from Beersheba. Joash did what was proper in the eyes of the Lord all the days of Jehoiada the priest. Jehoiada took himself 2 wives, and he begot sons and daughters, and it came to pass afterwards that it was in Joash's heart to renew the house of the Lord. And he gathered the priests and the Levites and said to them, "Go out to the cities of Judah and gather money from all Israel to strengthen the house of your God from year to year, and you hasten to the matter." But the Levites did not hasten. So the king summoned Jehoiada the chief and said to him, "Why did you not demand of the Levites to bring from Judah and from Jerusalem the tax of Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the congregation of Israel, for the tent of the testimony? For the wicked Athaliah, her sons, had breached the house of God, and also all the hallowed things of the house of the Lord they had made for the Baalim." And the king ordered, and they made 1 chest, and they placed it in the gate of the house of the Lord to the outside, and they announced in Judah and Jerusalem to bring to the Lord the tax of Moses, the servant of God, upon Israel in the desert. And all the officers and all the people rejoiced, and they brought and cast into the chest until they were finished. Now it came to pass at the time that the chest was brought to the appointment of the king by the hand of the Levites, and when they saw that there was much money, the king's scribe and the appointee of the head priest would come, empty the chest, carry it, and return it to its place. So they did day by day, and they gathered money in abundance. And the king and Jehoiada gave it to the foreman of the work of the service of the house of the Lord, and hired stone cutters and craftsmen to renew the house of the Lord, and also for craftsmen of iron and copper to strengthen the house of the Lord. The workmen did their work, and the work was improved by them. They set up the house of God to its base. They strengthened it. When they finished, they brought before the king and Jehoiada the rest of the money, and he made it into vessels for the house of the Lord, service vessels, and pestles and spoons, and gold and silver vessels. And they would constantly offer up burnt offerings in the house of the Lord all the days of Jehoiada. Now Jehoiada grew old and was sated with days, and he died. He was 130 years old upon his death. He buried him in the city of David with the kings, for he had done good in Israel and with God in his house. And after the death of Jehoiada, the princes of Judah came and prostrated themselves to the king. Then the king hearkened to them. And they forsook the house of the Lord, the God of their fathers. And they worshipped the Asherim and their idols. And there was wrath upon Judah and Jerusalem because of this, their guilt. He sent prophets among them to return them to the Lord, and they warned them, but they did not incline their ears. The Spirit of God enveloped Zechariah, the son of Jehoiada the priest, and he stood above the people and said to them, So said God, why do you transgress the commandments of the Lord? You will not succeed because you have forsaken the Lord. He has forsaken you. They conspired against him and stoned him by the king's command in the forecourt of the house of the Lord. King Joash did not remember the loving kindness that Jehoiada his father had done with him, but he killed his son, and upon his death he said, May the Lord see and requite. And it came to pass at the turn of the year that the army of Aram marched upon him, and they came to Judah and Jerusalem, and they destroyed all the princes of the people from among the people, and all their plunder they sent to the king of Damascus. For with few men the army of Aram came, and the Lord delivered into their hands an exceedingly large army, for forsaken the Lord, the God of their fathers, and they dealt out punishment to Joash. When they went away from him, for they left him with many ailments, his servants conspired against him for the blood of the sons of Jehoiada the priest. And they slew him on his bed, and he died, and they buried him in the city of David, but they did not bury him in the graves of the kings. And these are the ones who conspired against him: Zabad the son of Shimeath the Ammonitess, and Jehozabad the son of Shimrith the Moabitess. Concerning his sons, and the many prophecies about him in the foundation of the house of God, behold, they are inscribed in the Midrash of the book of the kings, and Amaziah his son reigned in his stead.